world moves fast. Your workday? Even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just
speaking into the void?
But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Victory Drive. So this episode is a very special one. I went down to WCB headquarters, and Curt was gracious enough to let me kind of take over the studio for a weekend. Well, it was just a Saturday into the night, but I took a bunch of my friends that I served in the military with, as in Afghanistan with, and I've had a couple of them on before, like Boer and Nick Rosine. Nick Rosine was able to make it back down for this episode, and we also have a bunch of other guys that were able to make the trip and record. We did kind of a marathon. I think it'll end up being about 3 episodes. So this is the part 1 of the Scout Platoon reunion recorded, I guess, if that's what you want to think about it. So I am very excited about this. It really hits home. It's really close to my heart. So hope you guys enjoy it. And let me know what you think. I really love doing these veteran, quote unquote, veteran podcasts and episodes and stuff. And ones like this are especially important to me because it's with guys that I don't get to see every day anymore, but I have made a lasting relationship with, and I do consider them some of my closest friends, and I guess what you want to call like brothers in arms or whatever you want to say. It's just different. So the veteran community and the relationships you make while you're in the military, it's just different. And it is always fun to get together with my boys and talk about old times. Sometimes things come up that, the attitudes and emotions might change a little bit. And, but that's all right. I think it's okay to, kind of show your human side a little bit. And, it's good. I really do think it's important to talk about these subjects out loud and even have them recorded and put out there to the people. Cause I know there's a lot of guys out there that are like me and, have, thoughts and, things they want to talk about. That's kind of what this platform is for as well. I love talking guns and hunting and all that stuff, but it's really nice to get, I guess, my past out there, and then also help maybe talk to some other guys with backgrounds that maybe they don't talk about a whole lot, and maybe they hold a lot of things in, because it is weird when you talk to people from outside the community, because you just are not really afraid that they don't understand, but they don't fully 100% understand. So it's just different when you get together and talk to people that do 100% understand by being there. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. And I did do a bit of an intro during this episode, but then I took it out because it sucked. So I usually don't take a lot of stuff out, but making my friends sit through an ad read is kind of lame. So here I am doing ad reads just by myself, the way we've always done it. So first things first, I do have some exciting news. I'm going to South Dakota to hunt some pronghorn with my bow. And I know this is the firearms podcast and whatever else, but gun guys can pick up bows and arrows every once in a while as well. Because let's face it, archery guys, there's a lot more opportunity to get out there hunting. And my number one thing is I love hunting. So I'm going to go out to South Dakota. I had an opportunity arise with my buddy Derek Verbeek. He's like, hey, ain't no one hunting pronghorn down here this year, so why don't you come on down and give it a try? So I am going to do that. And kind of my pack out when I'm getting down there, I will be wearing all my Huntworth clothing. And when I say all my Huntworth clothing, I mean all my hot weather stuff, because it's going to be fucking hot, I think, in South Dakota. Last time I checked, it's going to be in like the upper 80s and into the 90s, some days even. So I'll be wearing my hot weather Huntworth gear while I'm down there, and I'm really excited. I used the Huntworth lightweight pants in Africa, and they fucking went great there. So I'm sure it's going to be great in South Dakota. I've got some more lightweight tops and stuff I'm going to use. I honestly don't have a whole lot I'm going to take, because I'm kind of a minimalist when it comes to clothing, because I feel like when you're out in the elements like that, you can just wear the same shit over and over, because who are you trying to impress, right? Play the wind so they don't smell your sticky asshole, and get in there, get close, try to send an arrow through the vitals of a big old pronghorn antelope. And it's not even an antelope, pronghorn, just they're their own species. But I'm really excited for it. I kind of fell in love with hunting pronghorn when I was down in New Mexico, and they're just an interesting, cool animal, and it's fun because you get out there early and kind of bust the rust off early in the season and get things going, and that'll lead into whitetail season in Iowa and so on and so forth. So very excited for that. And also another key ingredient to what's going to take place in South Dakota is Grizzly Coolers. I need to keep my shit cold when I want it cold. So if I am lucky enough to put an arrow through a pronghorn, I'm going to be rocking the Grizzly on the way back home, so my meat and cape do not get destroyed, because it's going to be fucking hot, like I said. However, I think Derek said he's going to bring like a chest freezer, which would be awesome, because then we can freeze our shit while we're there and put it in the cooler for transport. I got very, very lucky in New Mexico. I didn't have a cooler, and I went out there, and for some reason I just didn't think about it. And when I went out there and I shot a pronghorn, I'm like, what the fuck? Now what do? I had to run out to the store and buy a shitty, I think it was a Coleman cooler, and I threw a bunch of ice in it, threw my meat and cape in there, and thank God my cape did not slip, because I did not know, but I guess pronghorn are prone to slippage very quickly, and I got fucking lucky. And I know I was on the verge of slippage, honestly. So it didn't slip. Got it back home safe and sound. And my buddy Matt Moon he's been on the podcast before. He's been working at getting that thing up and going and mounted up nicely for me. So with this year, I'm thinking ahead a little bit. And if I do have the opportunity to arrow a pronghorn, I am going to have it in a nice cold chest freezer, and then into a Grizzly Cooler. In my experience with Grizzly Coolers, they hold ice extraordinarily well. I would say like probably 2 to 3 times better than that Coleman could. So I should have absolutely no issues getting back home safe and sound with all my meat and cape intact. So with that said, Grizzly Coolers, you can use code WCB, get some money off when you're looking at Grizzly and what you want to check out. Also, the Mountain Ops giveaway is still going on. That giveaway is good up until September 8th, I believe. And like you've heard, oh my gosh, you've heard it all before, I'm sure. With my last episode, I've talked about it, and on the WCB side of things. But use code VICTORY, you get 20% off, and you automatically get entered to win a whole bunch of cool goodies that is coming from WCB. So they're giving away an Elite Omnia, custom Grizzly Coolers. They're going to do one WCB cooler and another Victory Drive custom cooler for you guys. Some gear from Trophy Line, and then some other partners as it goes along. I think some more WCB partners are going to enter the giveaway and give away some cool ass shit for all the listeners. So when you go to Mountain Ops and you decide to buy some cool sups or some swag, make sure you use code VICTORY, and you'll save 20% off and be entered to win. And every $100 that you spend, you get an additional 2 entries. So make sure you get in there. If you're going to buy the shit anyways, then just buy it now. And then you get entered to win some badass shit from WCB's partners. So with that said, I'm trying to keep this intro a little bit short. I am on my lunch break from work. So trying to get this in, get this episode out so I can get out to South Dakota and hunt some fucking pronghorn. So hope you guys enjoy this episode. Let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and let me know what you think. I'll be putting out some stuff. I did put out I thought some pretty damn good reels lately, some doing our YouTube stuff, getting some videos put out on the WCB YouTube. Got our own Victory Drive playlist on there. So if you guys are bored on YouTube and you want to look at some dumb shit that my wife and I are doing on the range, then go there and look it up. So yeah, just, keep me posted on what you guys like and if I suck. All right. Enjoy the episode, guys. Peace. Let's go ahead and start.
Being comfortable through sexuality is what that means.
Smooth. This is pretty ominous music, bro.
Yeah, is it fucking haunted? Is this a Halloween show?
Is this like a ghost episode?
Yeah.
When do we start?
Are we going into this yet?
Oh,
I got a question.
It's recording.
But I got a question.
All right. Hold on.
You can do sound bites.
Go ahead.
Welcome back to Victory Motherfucking Drive, everyone. We got enough of the scouts here. So, we're going to go through some intros now, okay?
Now, do you want me to use just my regular name, or?
Well, yeah, we'll just go with regular names first, and we'll just go through, and we'll just go around the room real quick, saying names, and we'll come back around and do backstories and shit.
Joe Williams.
You're next.
Yeah, I'm Mitch Smith.
Chris Young.
Nate Cunningham. Nick Rosine.
And Isaac Franzen.
All right, that was not painful at all. Jeez. So, have you guys all been? I know Ro's been on my podcast before. Have any of you guys ever listened? Joe, have you even listened to a podcast? Do you even know what they are?
This is recording?
Yeah.
This is electronics?
Yeah, why don't you get a little closer to your mic? I can barely hear you.
No, I have not done any of this.
Have you ever listened to podcasts, though?
Nope.
Okay, sick.
I, as well, have never done one.
Okay, but you listen. You don't understand what it's all about. We're not all born under rocks here.
That's right.
Yeah, I've never listened to this one before.
Oh,
so
sick.
this will be my first one when it comes out. But no, I listen to podcasts semi-regularly.
Nice. But we all understand how they work. But
yeah,
so,
you don't need to go
today
there.
we got I got in as many of the scouts. So back in the day when we were in the Army, we all served together. So I got kind of put a bunch of people on a group chat, and we got this started. I was talking to Isaac a little bit about it, and he was a sniper. Sorry, scouts and a sniper. One sniper decided to grace us with his presence today. So, but no, I wanted to get a bunch of guys together and talk, just because obviously being in the Army was a pretty impactful time in all of our lives, I feel like, and especially mine, being like a 19-year-old kid and going to war with all you fucking battle-hardened and fucking hard dicks out there. So I thought this would be pretty special, and it turns out it's not. You guys are just burping into mics and making gay jokes, and that's great. So,
like being there.
Yeah. So if everyone wants to be just a little bit patient, we'll just go down the line and we'll just do backstory. Like, Joe, if you want to start with yourself, we'll just go down the line and tell us who exactly you are. You can get as in-depth as you want. You can go all the way to birth.
Oh, I'm actually a United States Marine, and I started in 1st LAR, active duty 93 to 97, Camp Pendleton. Had one deployment towards the Persian Gulf. It's just a Westpac, pretty simple stuff. Then I got out, went back in as a reservist, activated, went to Iraq, Started off 114 Battalion, which is cannon cockers. We didn't shoot any actual artillery. We went over there kind of feeling like a provisional MP role, but then I got cut to a small platoon. Police transition team is what it was called. And in that team, we did PSD for IPLOs, which is Iraqi Police Liaisons. They trained Iraqi police, and we held security for them. Set up several different police stations. I was a member of what they call the Forgotten 13. I was actually a combat replacement because they got hit, 2 weeks before I got there in June. And when they got hit, they lost 2 of their members, and me and Sanchez had to go over there. We were like a sister company to the original HHC. And then from there, I just finished out my tour. We got some indirect fire and some small arms stuff, but nothing like really intense.
So you went in there as a replacement because you said they got hit. What do you mean
There was a couple of Marines before us. When they got hit, they were moving through a city of Hit, and Nick knows this one, and so does Franny, because they were over there at the same time I was, and the Marines were over there with 113, which is where I ended up, and it's kind of a long story, but we'll get there. When they got hit, I can't remember the 2 gentlemen's name that got taken out of action, but most of the guys that were in that particular platoon were out of, I believe it was Alameda, California. And my particular Bravo company was out of Joliet, Illinois. But we just got blended in there from my company because they needed combat replacements. And Sanchez and I filled the role. I ended up being a driver. Sanchez, I believe, ended up being a gunner. And then, like I said, we set up like 3 additional police stations to the 2 or 3 that they had along the city of Hit into Kubesa. Resupply area was in the Al Assad area, and Nick knows that one. But then we went south towards Ramadi, but we didn't make it there. We just set up some more additional police stations. And like I said, this is back in like 05, 06.
Okay.
And then I actually met a couple of my high school classmates were from the 133rd, and I met them at Al Assad at the gym a couple of different times. And I know these guys probably know maybe a couple of them, Pat Bush and Dave Lane.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Though Dave was a grade above me, Pat was a grade below me, and then I had another friend of mine that was in the Navy that was over there at the same time. So it wasn't like a tremendously intense combat environment, but it was weird to see, to me as a reality check, how many people from the state of Iowa of different capacities was over there. Mm-hmm. And then obviously after that, rotated out, and I EAS'd from the Marine Corps Reserve in 2008, early 2008, and then I joined the 133rd in mid 2008, and that's because of my reconnaissance role when I was in the Marine Corps. They put me in the Scout Recon Platoon.
Okay. Why did you end up getting out of the Marines and basically right away join the National Guard?
Because there was no Marine units around me. I had to drive 4 hours to Joliet, Illinois to drill.
Shit. Because you have always lived in area, right?
Plainfield, Iowa, Waverly, Iowa, around there.
So you got sick of the drive.
I got sick of driving, and then also my battalion went to 4th Reconnaissance. And I went and did the BRC tryout and all that shit, and I passed, and I was waiting for my BRC seat. And the one and only actual belligerent time out in the Marine Corps in October, I just got drunk as piss before a drill.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going. I'll get there when I get there. And I showed up, and I reported right immediately to the gunny, and I'm like, hey, I'm late. I'm sorry.
My bad.
Guys. And he's like, who are you again? And I'm like, roger that, guns. I'm done. I already did my combat deployment. I'm done with this fucking shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because they didn't even have my BRC. I told them, I said, I want to go to basic recon in September. This is October now. And they didn't even have that. And I'm like, no, I'm done with you guys. The Marine Corps got its problems, just like every other unit does. And by this point, I just had enough. Because, we're talking about, we experienced that with the 133rd.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're sitting there and I got my ass chewed in the 133rd for this kind of shit. You know, we're sitting there at the end of the day. Oh, you got to clean this. You got to do that. And I told my guys, go home. Go home. You're done. Go home. I'm releasing you. And then I'd report my squad, and they're like, where are you guys? They're all accounted for. I already told you that. See you later. Mm-hmm. In the Marine Corps side, they were not like that. Everybody fucking stayed. And I had a 4-hour drive. There was times on a Sunday or a Monday night, I'd get out of there at 7:30 in the evening and have 4 hours. And then I got to drive. I got to work the next day. It was ridiculous.
They don't give a fuck either, like when you're active duty especially, honestly, because they're like, you're on my time, bitch.
Yep.
So,
And it's almost like it's a competition. Let's see how long we can keep these fuckers here.
Oh, yeah, because it's like, hey, we work harder than you, motherfucker. Like, you look around at other companies and shit, and there's like, yeah, they released early, fucking part-timers.
Yeah.
It's like,
no, you didn't.
It's 1700, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, that ain't early. That's normal.
There's nothing to do. Let's go the fuck home.
Yeah, for sure. So that's why you ended up leaving the Marine Corps. Because all the extra bullshit.
That was part of it, and I felt like I just got folded into a number, and I didn't want to be that because I always got professed you're not just a number. You're a Marine. You have worth. And in the end, that's really what it became. So I kind of walked away from that, and then I got the opportunity. Friend of a friend told me about the 133rd, and I'm like, he told me that they had a recon platoon, but I didn't think nothing of it. The only thing it turned me on about was it was infantry. Mm-hmm. So I went and talked to the recruiter, and the recruiter's like, "Oh, we got a great slot for you." And I'm like, "Well, what is that?" "Oh, we got the recon platoon." I'm like, "Well, what do you do?" "Oh, long range, short range. You're in there. You got snipers attached to you. You're going to do cool stuff." I'm like, "That's exactly what I want to do." So I joined up.
Bitchin'.
And I did a try one, and I just wanted to see how it was. And actually,
try one. What do you mean?
It's where I could go in there with no contract. I could do 365 days, and if I liked it, then I could renew it. Actually get a contract.
I missed that one.
Yeah, I was saying, I've never heard of that before, honestly. That's pretty neat.
Within the 365 days, if I didn't like it, I could just, because I already had one combat deployment, I could say, hey, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I could have gone to one drill and said, you guys are fucking tore up from the floor up, I'm out. Mm-hmm. Nope, they said the try one, if you like that, then we'll re-enlist. So
was that because of your prior service?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Every like Nick and Franny here who had prior active duty with the big army, they could have done that too. Mm-hmm. They could have come home from what I understand, at any time. What's that?
So exactly, do a try one. You have to have your first enlistment fully done. Then you can do the try ones. Because I had a buddy never deployed before. He had a full-time job in Waterloo with the Guard. He was a mechanic. He just kept on doing a try one. It was basically to see if an enlistment bonus for his MOS would come up.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, as long as you get your first full contract done, then you could do try ones the rest of your career if you want.
Well, hell, I didn't know that. I'll go back and do another try one.
Okay.
But after the try one, they were like, well, you can re-enlist for this bonus or for 3 years or this bonus for 6 years. And the first sergeant, I don't think it was, who was the first sergeant with the 133 at that time? It was before Bubbles.
Knapp.
Was it Knapp?
Yep.
He asked
correct.
me, he goes, we want you to re-enlist. What do you want? He goes, you got this kind of a bonus. And I says, well, I was a sergeant there. I'm a sergeant here. I said, I'd like to get promoted. He goes, that's all you want? I'm like, well, yeah, I don't want to ask for the son. He goes, no problem. And he reached out his hand, and it already had staff sergeant shivers on it.
Oh.
So he says, just sign right here. He swore me in, and it was great after that. And then the other thing too was it was like one drill before this. Bravo companies where I was supposed to originally come from, going over to the HHC because we're a battalion asset. Bravo company wanted me back to lead their guys, and I told him, I says, I'm not going back. I said, if I'm going to be in the Army, the National Guard, this is where I'm going to be because this is what I want to do and this is what I like to do. And he says, don't worry, they will never ask you again to come back. So I got two things that day. I got promoted, and I got the ability to stay where I wanted to, which, for the Army, that is like the highlight right there. That they actually let me dictate and lead my own career. In the Marine Corps, if I'd asked for something in the Marine Corps, I honestly feel they would have been like, well, you want it because you want it, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
We're not going to give it to you.
It's kind of Marine Corps MO, honestly. It seems like it's like fucking, you get what you get and don't throw a fit.
Yep.
Kind of Update deal. For everybody, Joe got a Sudafed.
God dang. Thanks, Curt.
That's why I sound super nasally.
You what?
Just a drug deal is all.
Oh, sick.
Nasally.
Yeah. What was that?
Soup
Sinus
totes.
PE? Oh, yeah, dude. That's Sudafed. We're going to fucking high tonight, dude. See you, buddy. Thank you.
Now we just need some Benadryl
Okay.
and Sprite.
Yeah, Joe's had some minor allergy difficulties.
Yeah, thank you to Illinois.
Yeah. Well,
Not only do they suck everywhere around, but whatever.
yeah. So we are conducting this podcast at WCB headquarters, which is pretty nice because I didn't want to do this in my spare bedroom at my house, and then we'd all be fucking crammed into some tiny ass like room. It's basically a little bit bigger than a closet, but
I mean, it would have been a closer drive for most of us.
yeah, it would have been. But you know what?
It's cool here.
How far a drive was it for you?
2.5 like everybody else.
Yeah, see, it would have been 2 to me.
I live in Rochester, Minnesota. Would you like to redo your math?
I said almost everybody else.
Oh wait, no, you wouldn't have been 2. It would have been 1 from you. 2.5 hours. No, that means
For you?
for you to. Me.
What I want you to say is
Doesn't
stop
matter.
your bitching.
All right.
Quit your bitching.
Did you eat that yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, there's just a few more. I don't want to monopolize the time. You know, I've got
No, you're good. We got
a
all the
little
time in
bit
the world.
more extensive background because I just come from a different branch of service and shit like that. And I just wanted to highlight on the fact that, you know, being in the Marine Corps is one thing. Being in the Army is another thing. But, you know, everybody holds Marines at some fucking mystical level. And they're no better.
I think only Marines do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Only Marines do that. Yeah. But, no, I experienced the things that I did in the Army.
Yeah.
There is definitely a quotient of men that you have to go do those things with. And any of the men that I served with, they're without reproach. And saying I was in the Army, I hold just as much pride as saying I was ever in the Marines and earned that title. And, yeah, the Army does do a lot of things a lot smarter. I mean, if there's a fucking truck right there, get on the goddamn truck. Drive it. Marines be like, no, we'll push the truck.
Fucking A. That's awesome. All right. Michelle.
All right, so Mitch Smith joined the Army 2007. Got placed in the Scout Platoon. I didn't know anything about the Scout Platoon. I was just kind of like, well, whatever. Just kind of do the thing. Then, you know, I mean, we'll get into this later, but
Yeah.
anyways, got out 2013.
Well, let's go back a little bit. So, why did you end up joining? Because this is kind of, you guys are going to hear this a little bit, like all of our little origin stories and why we joined and everything else. I think that's important because, like, for me personally, I didn't join for, like, you know, the stars and the stripes and freedom and all that stuff. I joined for a much more shallow reason. But I think it's interesting to hear why you ended up joining in the first place. Like, what the fuck made Mitch Smith be like, you know what I'm going to do today?
He wanted
Sign a
the
contract.
Well, I would say, honestly, like, we're coming up to graduation, and I was like, man, what the fuck am I going to do with my life? You know? And I was like,
Yep.
the Army sounds pretty good. I guess I'll just go do that for a while. And then that was, I guess I just didn't know what I was supposed to do with my life. It's kind of lost. Yeah, I mean, after that, I got out in 2013. About 2 weeks later, I joined the reserves. Went back as a 68 Alpha, which is biomedical equipment maintenance technician. Say that 3 times fast.
No.
And then I ended up getting out in 2017.
Nice.
And yeah.
You've been a free man ever since then.
Oh man,
Okay.
baby.
All right.
Or no.
All right, Chris.
Hey,
Jung?
I'm Chris Jung. I joined the Army in 2006. I joined my junior year and then went to basic that summer, graduated high
Get a
school.
little closer to your mic.
Sorry, is that
You
better?
don't want to be that close, but you were like off in the ether over
Okay. Well, yeah, so I joined in
Throw out that thing.
there. God dang.
just a disembodied voice.
Yeah.
I joined in 2006, my junior year, graduated high school, then went to my AIT, so split training program, which was just basic training for another 8 weeks. And then, I got told I was going to go roll in the mud with the Scouts in Charles City. And the recruiter lied to me because the Scouts never went back to Charles City ever again.
We
And
did not.
No.
And then, so spent...
As a matter of fact, I think we went to Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Pretty far
Fucking-
away from Charles City.
Yeah. I got sold a bill of goods.
Yeah.
Worst trade deal ever. But, then deployed to Afghanistan, got out in 2012, and, just living my life.
Cool. What do you do now?
I own a consignment store in Waterloo, Iowa. And then when I'm not doing that, I'm with my wife of 10 years and 2 daughters. And, then volunteer firefighter on the school board in my town, too. So,
Dude, you're just living like the American dad dream right there.
yeah,
I'm a business owner. I'm on the school board.
Well,
Fucking A.
my New Balances are sitting in the corner of the garage gathering spider webs. So, I know
So you
my
haven't-
dad card isn't like I've got them, but I haven't worn them
You don't
in
have
a
grass
while.
stains on them yet?
Oh, no, dude, they're stained.
Oh,
They're
nice.
stained as fuck.
Hell yeah.
But, I just like Crocs now.
Oh, yeah. They rule.
Yeah, Crocs are like we went to Disney last year,
That's with an R, folks.
and
What?
Crocs with an R.
Yeah, not quacks.
okay. But yeah, we got them at Disney, and they're like bright orange, and they've got like little birds on them, and they're the most comfortable things I've ever worn.
That's dope, dude.
And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Super not gay at all.
Stop it.
Cool. All right. Gunners. So me and you kind of link up a little bit here. If you want to, if you want to put those on, I guess you can. Sure. But just to steal that mic from Ro for a little bit. We're sharing mics here too. So why did you tell us your little backstory? We can go. We don't have to start at the Army either. We can start wherever you want.
So I planned on joining the Army. I don't know. I must have been 8, 9, 10 years old.
Ever since I've known you,
Yeah.
we've been friends forever. So
Super little. But my brother joined the Army back in 93, and he was a mechanic, but I didn't understand all the logistics and all the different MOSs that go into actually being in the Army. But I was like, anything that I do in life, I want to be the best person that I can be in every situation. It was like, I'm going to go into be the infantry. My brother really didn't talk about his time in the Army, and he did 4 years. He got out. He was a mechanic at the time, which great. He did it, but I became obsessed with the military at that point. And when it came to the recruiters starting to come into high school with us, I was just like, holy shit. No, I'm going active duty. Mm-hmm. But if I can get basic training out of the way between my junior and senior year of high school, that's the only way I can do it, joining the National Guard. And then they said I can just sign a piece of paper and switch over to the active duty. And
hell yeah.
You got lied, dude. That's lie number one.
I
Lie
love
number one
recruiters.
right there.
That piece of paper is called a DD-368, and that's
A bitch.
lot of things that go into that. I learned that after the fact.
Yeah,
But
this is what I had to do, and it was a fucking cocksucker.
it was super tough. How do you go into it and think that oh god, nope, I can just switch.
Well, that's the whole thing. You're a fucking kid, and then you have these you have these predators coming to school. And instead of trying to fuck you, they're trying to get you to sign your life away. So it's wild, man. How Army recruiters can get into school so early, it's kind of wild to me. Because it's
Well, your brain's not your brain isn't fully developed until you're 25, so you're taking advantage, of children.
Well, the next thing, too, is you're talking about integrity, because they sit there and the recruiters, I don't even care.
Knowingly
Marine Corps
lie.
Side, they fucking lie. They lie to get you in there.
Uh-huh.
I got my ASVAB score, and they're like, we can do this and do that and all this shit. And they want me to be like some aircraft mechanic. I'm like, I want to be a trigger puller. I want to do something cool. I want to fucking hunt bad guys and have them hunt me. And they wanted me to be an aircraft mechanic so they get better points on their shit.
Yep.
And it should never be. It's almost like vehicle maintenance. If I don't fix it, that's more money in my pocket. No, it's not. It means more money further on down the line. So you shouldn't pigeonhole a person to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And like we just said, they completely lie to meet their quota. They don't give a shit about you as a person.
No, they don't. They really don't give a fuck. We did have a decent recruiter in the Guard.
I did too. But
We did.
You did too, yeah.
Same
But they're honestly pretty few and far between.
You guys had Troy Thompson?
No,
He's a good
no.
dude.
Cunners and I had the same recruiter.
Same.
And Mitch had the same recruiter as us. But it's Roble. He's actually decent.
Rick Robles is a good dude, and he didn't lie to me. He said I got to go to basic training between junior and senior high school. He also said that he's going to get me into the recon platoon. That's pretty high speed guys, and he never lied about that.
What was also nice about you is that you didn't score high enough for your ASVAB to do anything else. So
that is true.
And I would like to take the time to clarify that Troy Thompson didn't actually lie to me. That was being facetious because in about the time I got out of AIT, Charles City was underwater, so there was nowhere else to go other than Waterloo.
Yeah, that's Charles City's fault for building their stupid ass city next to a big ass river.
Did you know my co-family, my family co-founded that city? So when you
so
talk
it's really
shit
all
about
your
shut
fault,
down,
dude.
yeah, like fuck you,
fuck me, fuck you. They fucked you, not me.
No comment.
Okay. All right, continue on, Cunners.
Yeah, that's definitely on you. They should have engineered that better,
Yeah.
which it makes sense because I know how you engineer things, Jung.
You chose to live in Minnesota. Your points are invalid.
Yeah. Anyways, so you joined and did that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was 100% in. I gave 120% when I was in Afghanistan. I gave 120% every time. I don't think there's anybody that would question my integrity or my ability to do my job when I was there. But I plan on coming back, going active duty. Everything doesn't all work out the way we want it to sometimes, but at the end of the day, I have a beautiful spouse. I have a 2 and a 4-year-old. Life is not the way I planned it, but life's good.
It's good. That's good. Cool. All right, Nick, you already kind of been on and told your story, so a little bit, but we'll get that adjusted there. You guys probably don't need to transfer fucking headsets every single time if you don't want to, but
Hello.
Hi, Nick.
Hello, then.
G'day, mate.
Yeah, fucking right, then.
You fucking
Yeah,
cunt.
tip top of the fucking morning, then.
Stop talking.
Right,
All right.
Oh.
Oh, are we going to do the rest of this
Yeah, no.
in a British accent,
No,
are
it's
we?
1775.
Yeah.
Remember that boy.
I'm Nick. I don't know. Where do you...
No, I guess, that's pretty much it. Moving on, Isaac. No.
No, I was going to say it's an excellent way to keep plugging the podcast is like if you want to know Nick's origin story, go listen to the previous episode.
absolutely.
Because we talked about that quite a bit.
Yep,
honestly,
we did.
Backing the other one out. I don't have the episode number on hand because I'm not.
That's fine because we're going to take this pause for you to go back and edit in.
No,
that's not how that works.
No. God damn it, Jung. Holy fuck.
You were never good at
Holy shit! All right, let's stay on mild track at least a little bit here. So, Nick, you've been on the podcast before. We discussed that. What have you been up to since then? Same shit. Just living in a truck.
Yeah, just trucking a dog and weights and...
Fucking A.
I got an upstairs ass clown.
No. Well, it's been weird because since the last time we talked, that avenue I was pursuing is no longer...
Okay, so can we talk about that a little bit, or is that...
I mean, we can, I guess, yeah.
It's up to you.
I mean, I don't really know what to say about it. It's
Yeah.
no longer moving forward in that area.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
It is, but, you know.
But you, I would say, are you looking for a new job? Like, how...
Well, yes.
Can we talk about any of that? Can we talk about anything that...
What kind of job are you looking for? What are you pursuing right now?
One that pays monies.
Okay, cool.
No shit, right?
No, I mean...
I don't know. If you don't want to
I
get
think,
into it, you don't have to.
I mean, not particularly.
Okay.
I mean, it's still fairly new. I'm still
Yeah.
kind of sorting shit out. But, you know, the end of the day, I think I go back to what I was originally pursuing because that's what originally had
Oh, I got you.
driving me in the direction. And then I got kind of detoured with this other opportunity and didn't pan out. So which is like, well, fuck. Mm-hmm. So it just left you kind of like, because I mean, and I'll be honest, like I looked at that as the next, somewhere between, 7 to 10 years of being able to work towards building something.
Yeah.
So, but it just didn't. So that's okay.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, Isaac, we don't know you yet. Obviously, we all know you, but no one listening knows who you are. So, Isaac Franzen.
All right.
Let's go through your origin story real quick.
All right. I'm Isaac Franzen. I joined the National Guard on my senior year, 2003. First, I actually I had a Navy recruiter hunt me down. He came to the house.
Recruiter?
A Navy recruiter.
Oh,
and this is a pretty cool.
I could totally see you on a boat.
I talked to this Navy recruiter. I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I weld and all that stuff, do like mechanical stuff. He's like, you can be a welder in the Navy. And I'm like, I don't know. Let me think about it, Then I was like, I don't want to go to the Navy. That just sounds stupid. I'm not making fun of the Navy. But
no. But personal preference.
It wasn't for me.
Especially knowing who you are now, it probably wouldn't have been the greatest fit.
No. So I finally told this Navy recruiter, he's bugging me for like 2 weeks. And I was like, nah, not at this time. His first response after that was like, do you know the legal drinking age overseas? Like, he goes, when you go to different places? I was like, dude, I can drink here.
Yeah, right?
And not have to sign a contract for it. So
they're probably not really carding you in small town bars in Iowa.
No.
As much.
No. Because there was this one bar when I was in high school, we'd go in and drink, and the bartender knew we were underage.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
And I was like, and there's beer in the pop machine outside for a while.
That's awesome.
But no, I wanted to do something. Like I said, 9/11 happened and everything. I still kind of, had that like desire. I was like, I want to go do something. And so I started talking to a National Guard recruiter at the school. My parents didn't know nothing about it at all. Then the one day I come home and I was like, Mom, Dad, I'm joining the National Guard. And they're like, what? Because like no one else in my family's done anything military except for I have two uncles and my grandpa. They were the only other military people. And they were like shocked by it. And they're like, well, you sure it's the right? I was like, you're not talking me out of it,
Yeah.
So I went.
How old were you at this time? Were you 18?
I was 19.
19, okay.
Yep. I was old for my age, for my grade.
Okay. Were you held back?
Shut up. No.
I'm just saying, every time I talk to someone that says I'm old for my grade, generally it means you're a super senior.
I had a June birthday, so I could have went
red shirt.
I could have went either way.
Red shirted.
Red shirted.
All right,
your parents just wanted out of your house.
You guys want to be jackasses, I see. So all right, but
okay.
So no, I finished high school and everything, graduated, went to basic training. Got back in December. I actually was a part of Alpha Company 133rd. Then we ended up deploying, what was it? September? Did we deploy? End of August, September? Did we deploy for Iraq Row?
So, okay.
October?
Yeah. So you guys were in Alpha together?
No. He was Charlie.
I was Charlie Company.
You're Charlie.
Yep.
And you were Alpha?
I was Alpha. That's where I originally started off with. But before we deployed, my platoon sergeant, they were just like basically starting up the sniper section. And my platoon sergeant actually nominated me to go to HAC, be part of the snipers. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm like, that's awesome. Like, that's actually one of the questions I asked my recruiter, Sergeant Bogey, when I joined. He's like, that's like a far shot dream.
Because there was no reconnaissance platoon at the time?
No, there was a reconnaissance platoon, but they didn't really have a sniper section.
Okay.
I mean, I think there was maybe one guy that was maybe...
That was stuff that I way before, I think, I even remember. Because actually my cousin was in, Adam, was in about a year or so before me, and he was actually in the sniper, or he was in the Scouts? Where was
Adam, he came from Charlie Company once we were in Camp Shelby to deploy to
Is
Iraq.
that what happened?
That's what happened. He got transferred to us. He never got the opportunity to go to sniper school.
No, that's what I mean. But he was in HAC section.
Yeah, the same time as when we got down to Shelby. That's when we all moved. That's when we all moved. Same with Stileman and everything.
Got you. Understood.
So no, I got selected to go to the snipers, and they gave me a slot right before we deployed. Basically, it was like 2 months before we deployed. They gave me a slot to go.
And what year is this again?
05.
05, okay.
05. And I was just like a green private PFC and everything. And I could tell the other people from Bravo company I went to sniper school with, they were like, me and this other PFC is like, what in the fuck are they sending us? You know, and I was just like,
why did they pick you?
My platoon sergeant knew me on a personal basis. And he's like, he goes, this is something for you that you gotta do. He goes, you're kicking ass out here, in the line. He goes, this is a spot where you need to go. So I was like, all right. I was like, I'll try it out, Got a slot for sniper school, and I had give my packing list. I was like asking people, I was like, hey, what do I expect? And they're like, well, I don't know what this packing list is. Like, I had no help. So I show up, me and another guy from Alpha Company show up at sniper school with 2 Bravo guys, and I'm like, okay, let's just go through this and everything. And actually I went to sniper school twice. The first time I actually did fail.
Okay.
So doing the PT, instructors.
Where'd you go for sniper school? Did you go to
Arkansas?
Arkansas, okay.
Yep.
Is that where everyone went to sniper school? Is it
that's where
is it all Arkansas? 'Cause there's one other school.
Benning. Benning's the other one.
Okay.
But Arkansas, I feel, is the better one.
Okay.
Camp Robinson. Just because at my time, both times when I went through sniper school, I had the same instructors pretty much. I mean, they added some, so you have a longevity of guys with knowledge that can teach you guys stuff. But versus Benning, they do maybe a 4-year term out of there. Then they move on to another unit. Okay. So
I could see that as good and bad.
Yeah, get fresh faces in. Maybe.
If you're not gathering current, teaching or current TTPs, or you're not updating your curriculum with new information coming in.
Right.
You stay stagnant, and then, I can see it go both ways. You need dudes that obviously have experience, but you do need to get dudes with current stuff in.
Nope, I agree with that, Ro.
Yep.
But
so, what was your first sniper school like? Let's go through that a little bit, because none of us have been through sniper school besides you. So I had Boer talk about it a little bit when he was on, but your experience in sniper school, how did especially the first one, since you said you failed the first time.
Yeah. So I showed up at sniper school along with 3 other guys from the 133rd, and there was some other probably 3 or 4 other guys from Minnesota, 34th ID. Mm-hmm. We were all, that's how we got the slots to go. We got so many slots because we were deploying, and show up there. Day 1, you do 2 PT tests and everything. And when I was doing the PT test, there's okay, your standards and everything. Just get up when you get your numbers. So did my push-ups, got up. Yep, got my numbers. Doing my sit-ups, and I still had time left on the clock. But I was like, okay, I got my number. I got up, and the grader looked at me. He's like, you got up 1 too early.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, you fucking kidding me? And they're like, so this is a fail.
And once you get up, you're terminated.
Yeah, you're terminated.
That's how the APFT works.
I'm like, I thought you counted. I forget what the number was. I was like, I was fucking pissed at myself, Mm-hmm. But so then, but I was there because they don't retest you to a week and a half, about halfway through at that time. Mm-hmm. So I went through still got the training and everything, did the shooting and everything, but you're doing ruck marches at a time. We did all kinds of ruck marches and all that stuff. Then when it came time to, even at the end of the day, they would basically smoke you and everything. And the one other guy from Alpha Company that went with me, he ended up falling out for a heat casualty, and he got terminated from the school and everything. But when it came down to doing the retest of the PT test, I couldn't get my sit-ups. I went the full 2 minutes, but I missed it by 3 or something. Dang. And a guy from Bravo Company, he missed his push-ups, I think, the first time, and he missed it 1. Everyone that redid the PT test, there was no chance you were gonna get it. So So that was a hard one. I'm like, shit. It's like, I don't even know if I'm still going to, be with the snipers headquarters. And I'm like, no, you'll still go that way and everything. So basically from there, I went to deployment day, and there was 2 guys. Once we get down to Shelby, there was 2 guys that were qualified Bravo 4 snipers. And our section leader, Leontiv, he was one of them. I was just like, man, I'm just a new PFC. And I was just like, oh, this is going to be interesting, because you could tell, like, his, like, demeanor with me. I was like, hey, I don't think you like me. And I'm like, Wendling, I was like, he might be, I was like, I don't know if you really like me, but we had to thin out the sniper section. We didn't even really have a full sniper section. Iraq, we did like 1 week of actual sniper missions.
Oh, really?
Then the rest was convoy security. But when they were thinning out the whole sniper section, sending them to other people, other platoons that needed, like the scouts need more people, Slavo kept me and everything. He's like, I got good. And me and him ended up having a good working relationship the rest of his career when he finally got out. So that was pretty cool. And we're still friends to this day and everything.
Oh, cool.
But I was like, man, I was like 1 away from being on the cutting board to getting out of that section. And I was just like, well, I guess hard work does pay off.
Yeah.
But, no, went to Iraq then. Basically a lot of convoy security stuff, like indirect fires, IEDs. Wasn't no, like, gun to gun, gunning down like we did in Afghanistan. But it was still, like, I was your age, I was 19, 20, 21. I turned 21, 22 over in Iraq. So we got extended.
Because I was going to say, how long? Because you and Roe deployed together.
Yep.
Well, different companies, but
correct.
Same deployment, right? So how long was the deployment for again?
2 years total.
2 years total?
Including MOB.
That's fucking crazy.
So, I was what? 18 months in theater.
Okay. So is that what you call, like, you guys got stop loss? Like, you guys were set to come back, and then, or was it?
No, it was, so I think they called it Surge. Surge happened.
Yeah.
So
Bush did the 0506.
Yep. So they started walling up a bunch of cities out to the west, I think towards Jordan and stuff, and they were starting pushing out a lot of Marine companies out there, and I think some stuff with Ramadi. Basically just everywhere in the Sunni Triangle, they were trying to wall up and just fucking destroy them. Mm-hmm. So, instead of trying to spin up new dudes to bring into this thing that we're, they're just like, well, look, you guys have the most experience, so it's just easier here. So just fucking
just keep going.
Just keep going, dude. So, we're like, whatever, man. Like,
all right, roger that. Because you were in the Marine Corps, Joe.
Yes, sir.
When you were there, but you were there with the same time frame as them and everything else.
I was there just a little bit after them.
A little bit after them. So how long was your deployment when you were there?
Oh, mine was only like 6 or 9 months.
Was that
total activation in the Marine Corps for like a year.
Okay.
And it was like actual 6 months on the ground.
Okay.
And what I originally started doing was like pulling security on Al-Assad, which is pretty friggin' boring.
Yeah.
I did some revetments on a couple of the entry gate and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like I said, I was fortunate I got cut to a PTT, Police Transition Team, which gave me a lot more flexibility. I got to see a lot more of the country, but there's a lot more danger. We had a lot of IED strikes, but not a whole lot of small arm stuff. I think it was Heilbecker. We got kind of consistent indirect fire, but it was coming from the other side of the Euphrates River, so we weren't going to do anything about that. There's like Cop 1 and Cop 5 that's right there. And then actual FOB hit on the outside of town. The only thing that was really cool about it was that on FOB hit, because we were Marines, we got to stay with ODA on top of their barracks.
Oh,
we got to use their gym. They had a wash machine, their own shitters. The only thing we had to do was we had to go to everybody's common area to like get chow and shit like that, which was like a ways away. There was actually a mosque there that was never inhabited. It was weird.
On base?
Yeah, it was right there. And when you first came in, you guys would turn left to go to where the army stayed. If you looked at that minaret in front of you, that's a mosque. There was never anybody there.
Well, I don't know why that'd be. There's a lot of Muslims in the Army and Marine Corps.
I don't know.
That's a joke. But okay. Because I've never been to Iraq. Mitch,
fucking
Jung,
shithole.
and Connors, we've never been to Iraq, so this is kind of
no.
It's a
I can confirm.
Every sip of Coca-Cola brings you closer to the excitement of the FIFA World Cup 26. Because nothing compares to the joy. So grab a Coke and drink in the FIFA World Cup 26. No purchase necessary. 13 plus in 50 U.S. states and D.C. with a web-enabled device. Ends March 1st with 8 entry periods. Rules at cokeurl.com/soccer rules.
The experience there for me and Nick and Franny was different. See, mine, like I said, Nick I know had a lot of combat engagement over there.
I did. I got moved around quite a bit, so I got to see quite a bit of Iraq. Like I went, man, what's the farthest base? Air Force Base down south to Lille. I got pulled from Charlie Company as a E5. I was a fire team leader, and my best friend was my Ryan Salas, was my Bravo team fire leader, and my team or that squad essentially got pulled, and along with I think another squad from Bravo Company, and I got pushed down to Lille to start running operations down there because basically they didn't have any infantry guys, they didn't have really anybody to go out and like, hey, we have to move this cargo. We have to move. We have to do this, but yet we can't just let this shit get fucking killed. So you need people attached to them to be able to fight.
So you mean cooks can't do this?
I mean, you can, but the learning curve is going to be like, I'm going to solve the problem right fucking now, where you're going to have to try to think about it. You know, so they just didn't have anybody down there. So I get pulled with this tasking to go down there. And I worked from Toledo all the way up past I was pushing up to Anaconda. So, I mean, everything along that.
How far is that?
It's a ways, man.
That's south to north in Iraq.
Yeah. It's past BIOP, so I'd work BIOP quite a bit. I never quite made it. I was going to run the Mosul once, which would have been my farthest north. But usually my northern limit was going to be about Anaconda.
Okay. So your squad and another squad from Bravo, you said?
Yep.
Got pulled to run convoy security for, like, basically base to base.
Whatever they had down there.
Oh, no, really?
Whoever needed to move this stuff. So I would go out, like, it was 3 gun trucks, and I'd run all night. Mm-hmm. It was, I had a gun truck, Sal had a gun truck, and then we had another dude. We'd sometimes get another Bravo guy to fill in, but it was basically 3 gun truck runs.
Well, let me interject here. The gun trucks are not like Afghanistan gun trucks.
Dude, we're running teacup.
They are flat bottoms, fucking bolted on, plate shit Humvees. Dude, they're horrible.
Bro.
They're horrible. You're standing up on the back of a cutback Humvee with a 50 cal on a mount that when you hit the trigger, the goddamn thing ends up in your lap. Jeez. It is unbelievable.
So, yeah.
And that was what and that's only my experience on the Marine Corps side. They're saying, hey, run it. Mm-hmm. Do it. Shoot. And then when it falls down, put it up against something and shoot it some more.
So this is 05.
Yep.
06.
06.
Yep. So, I mean, we
07.
get there and, like, we're running just, we got some armor on the doors, but it's just steel cup, teacups up top, not a whole lot. And dudes.
They're not the 114s.
No, like,
ballistic glass?
You didn't know no better. You're just like, this is what we had, so you just fucking ran it,
Glass is better than plastic. Remember that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But, so we'd go out at night and I'd escort wherever, and it was a lot of mixed contact that I had. I'd get a lot of complex ambushes from both sides of the road a lot of times.
I know we all know it here, but sometimes listeners don't really know. I've had some comments come in about when we're talking Army shit. When you say complex ambush.
Like I'll take, for example, one of the big ones I got into. I was coming south out of BIOP, and there's this... it's called Checkpoint 59 is where I got hit. And it's called RPG Alley. So I'm going south, right? And it's a 2-lane. Then you've got, your median stuff in the middle, which would be like a canal, roadway, grass, whatever. And then you'd have your other opposing 2-lane going the opposite direction, right? So we're heading out at night. I'm actually gunning this whole time because, to be honest with you, like I could command and control from the gun way better. Mm-hmm. Like I just can. I can see what's going around. Like I'm not trying to look through a fucking Humvee window to see where I'm getting shot at.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and also I had a really good E4 that understood how to TC, how to run the radio. Like he knew how to do my job, right? So I could trust him to be in that TC spot where I could command and control from the top. So anyways, we're rolling down. Everything's super quiet, which is really weird, obviously. This is like, fucking 2 a.m, 3 a.m, we go out. And we all start noticing that there's 3 or 4 cars, parked on the side, and then there's an open spot.
Dun, dun, dun.
3 or 4 cars parked in an open spot, just enough to where, you can insert a Humvee in that open spot, and then, you're just basically creating a
funnel
and firing for that. So sure shit, that's what happened. And we get to a spot, hit it, RPGs, take out fucking fuel trucks. I ended up getting pinned in the back, and where I could not get around, nothing. So I get RPG fire from coming both sides, east and west of me. I got fuel trucks burning in front of me. There's no way I can get out and around. And all I'm doing is just thugging it out in this teacup.
Just fucking thugging it out, dude. God.
Like, at that point, we went to the mechanics and like, look, dude, I need more guns up here. So, like, I had a 240 mounted, and we pinned up, and welded another saw up there. It was like, oh,
up on.
Fuck yeah! So as soon as that 240 went, I just spun that thing around. I had another saw right there.
Yep.
And I'd run that bitch dry, and then I'd duck down and get more ammo or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just in this exchange doing that, and I'm like, fucking somebody figure this out, right? There's no way they can get back to me. So we ended up doing this for, I don't know, it was about 45 minutes.
What was your protocol like for other guys in the vehicles? Were they, and you said you were in Humvees and shit, were they fucking just slinging open the windows and fucking letting it eat?
Just pin it up.
Spin it up?
No, pin it. I mean, just keep your shit closed. There's nothing that you could do effectively.
That's why I was curious about. Because I know in our vehicles in Afghanistan, we weren't doing that shit.
Because there's too much fire. There's too much smoke. There's just too much. Your knobs aren't going to push through that.
Right.
Convoys are a lot closer than what we experienced in Afghanistan. I mean, I've seen it. Convoys are a lot closer. So if you get a tanker truck that goes up, you've got maybe 50 meters of fire between the hood and the ass end of that guy. You're not going to maneuver around the front of the vehicle to get fire superiority to envelop the enemy, because you have two. You have the bullets coming at you and a literal fire trying to cook you.
Right.
And you got to literally keep your Humvee away from that. And like Nick is doing with suppressive fire, trying to keep the bad guys down. He's telling his guys to stay inside.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the only thing
There's nothing we can do.
So you're just, when you're in a firefight in that situation, you're just when you're just talking command and control, you're talking mostly between trucks, like trying to direct fires from other gun trucks that you have out there on the convoy.
Yes. I give my situation, obviously, there's nothing really I can do other than run the gun.
Right.
So I give as much situation to Ryan, Sal, right? Who's my other, E5 at the time. And he just goes to work, spins up fucking Cobras from the base. Here they come. Fuck you.
Nice.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you if you had like.
So yeah, we had
air
Cobras.
support
So
and
it was
stuff.
Marine controlled land. So we're talking to Cobras. He walks them in. Obviously, it's not too hard to find. Dude, I got my strobes on. I got everything going and I'm just eating. Like I don't know what's out. I can't see too much, but I can see, obviously muzzle flash and tracers. So I just concentrate on that, and I just try to eat as much as I can of it until something comes, right? And then after that, it's just like clean up, go about your day.
Just make sure you gain fire superiority in the moment.
Yeah, so, I mean, there was a lot of that stuff, especially when I was working north and south in Iraq. And then when we move out to west, where I'd work east-west mostly, out from Al-Assad out to Jordan, is where we ultimately kind of end up. A lot of that was IED based.
Okay.
And a lot of those tactics, even in the IED based stuff, changed because I started. I mean, it was just a bunch of 155s, wrapped together.
And they got bigger.
Yeah, then they got super big, and then we got EFPs when we're coming out of. I get a lot of that EFP stuff. I actually had a buddy out of 34th of the Minnesota.
EFP.
Yeah.
Let them know what that is.
Yeah. So 155s too. They're basically rockets.
No,
Well, they're big ass
155
artillery.
is the howitzer.
Layman terms. Yeah, but who
yeah.
doesn't know what a howitzer?
It's a big artillery round.
Artillery round, yeah.
Yep.
It's a shell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they pack it full of C4, put a det cord, some sort of timer or whatever in it, and when that shell explodes, all that fragment from that artillery round penetrates, obviously.
Well, I mean, it takes a pretty significant amount of explosives in order to blow them out because they're fairly inert until they're exploded, obviously. But,
correct.
It's like...
Correct.
But that's what they're designed for,
exactly.
just to be a giant shell to deliver the payload to cause it to explode.
Because the shrapnel that comes out of that is fucking furious.
Oh, bro.
Explosively formed penetrator is just a directionally controlled copper solid that's cone-shaped so that it's inverted. So that when the explosion on the back side of the invert comes out, it takes a convex, turns it into a concave, turns it into liquid plasma, and it'll burn through anything. It'll burn through your tank.
Oh, yeah.
And it's unbelievable. And it has to be one of the most brutal ways to die because you get cooked.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Okay, let's back up a little bit here. Because your experience is...
My experience was... I was all over.
Much different.
So,
you're all over the place.
Depending on my location, like, fuck, man, when I was running in Baghdad and shit, like, I was getting worried about, because they were hanging IEDs on the chain link fences. As you go around roundabouts, as you go around exits on highways, anywhere they could place something to try to kill you, they would. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't really working on the sides or underneath anymore. So they started fucking putting shit underneath bypasses, underneath bridges, on sides of fucking fences, dude, anywhere.
And these people are ingenious. They try to make that shit look inert. Oh, that's a bird's nest. No, that's a fucking bomb.
Now you just roll on, boom. You're like,
and then they sit there. These people are master of timing. They will sit there. And they will say, okay, they'll do a dry run. We'll just run a car through there and fucking clack that fucker off and see how long it takes my signal to hit it to blow down.
Yep.
I mean, they don't, it's just like the American military. They don't just do this because they want to. They test this shit out. And their tactics work.
Yeah, I mean, Iraq is definitely a much more, I mean, they got really crafty with their IEDs and shit.
Yeah, they're trade craft.
As opposed to Afghanistan and shit.
They polished a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
I really do think they did.
I mean, it's not hard to hide trash in the fucking country that's full of trash.
It was all over.
Fuck 'em. I don't care.
Yeah. So, because you guys were there for so long, like, Franny, did you notice, like, I guess your role in Iraq was a lot different than Rose, but what were you guys specifically doing when you were in Iraq?
So we did the same Jordan runs as when he finally came back. Because I remember when all you guys came back from down south, we would do the Jordan runs. So it'd be a 3-day run. We would leave
a 30-day run. 3-day run. Okay.
3. So we'd leave El Sad. We'd make it up to CKV. That was a base, Camp Korean Village. Mm-hmm. We'd get everything basically staged there. Spend the night there. We'd run up to the Jordan border. We were taking back stuff. Then we would get another full load. Basically, it was all fuel, what I remember, right?
A good majority of it, yeah. Mm-hmm. There might have been some things here and there, but yeah, I'd probably say
majority.
Fuel.
So we would have to inspect all the trucks and everything, the tankers and everything, and then we'd bring them back to CKV, spend the night there. Then we'd wake up early in the morning, head back to El Sad. We did that for the first part. Our platoon was linked up with Weapons Company, but then we got pulled off the 3-day runs for most of the rest of the deployment. Like when it got when it got really busy, I guess we went back because we had one of our E5s jump. There was a fight that started, and they're like, yeah, you guys don't need to go with Weapons Company anymore. So then we took over actually the hit runs. So it was like a lot of the 1-day runs, which that wasn't bad. Then, so they wanted to do something with our, we had a sniper section. They wanted to do something with us. So we hooked up with the 113 Marines out of Hawaii.
Fuck, I don't know, bro.
I'm almost positive. It was 113 Marines. We actually linked up with them for a week. We went down. It wasn't Hit. It was like, I want to say it was like south of Hit. That we spent a week with them, and we did some missions with them. Because the mission I did, middle of the night, we left the base, walked through this town, then basically we took over a house, got on the top of the roof, and we're watching like an IED site. Mm-hmm. Then that's way like some of the other, because we had basically three teams, so like each team went out a couple different times and did different missions with them. But yeah, it was basically convoy security.
Okay, so you only had like really one specific sniper mission that you really conducted while you were there, or did you guys do multiple?
One or two. One or two.
You were mostly there for convoy security, you're saying?
Yeah, it was basically convoy security. I didn't do a lot of
just like we were not the landowners.
That's
which goes into a big part of like what you're able to do, because you're just at the tasking of, hey man, what the big army needs and who's owning the land.
Right. So who were you under, I guess?
Al-Assad was Marine controlled land, so I'm not sure who's the specific landowner.
Everyone's looking at Marine like, who the fuck is it, dude?
But it was stayed at my level, bro.
You know, and
it's
then
a diamond patch. It's a diamond.
Oh,
patch.
the first Mardiv or something.
That's the first Mardiv, but it's giant.
Yeah. So
obviously, there's 4.
While Talil, like when I was down south, like Talil was all Air Force.
Okay.
It was Air Force. That was an Air Force base. They had fuck strip, whole everything. So the ship was landing in there. So that was the Air Force ran. So that was one of the reasons why, they probably weren't doing so hot down there.
Right.
So it was multinational down there too. They had we had Italians doing all the main gate stuff. So when I'd roll into the main gate going down, after sometimes, dude, I'd be on the road for like a week plus.
Jeez.
Get blown up, pull in somewhere, get fixed, go out again, fucking blown up again, pull in somewhere, get fixed. Like,
jeez.
It was fuck. But I tell you, it was better than being next to the flagpole.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, fuck, I'd rather be a road warrior.
Yeah, right.
Get me out of fucking...
Just Mad Max and shit.
Dude.
Yeah.
No, next to the flagpole, no, people can see you.
Yeah, right.
You get in trouble then.
Yeah, road really thrives in places where higher ups can't see him.
No, get me out of there.
But the whole platoon was that way.
Yeah, right. But like, Franny, like your experience there, where mostly convoy security and whatnot. But like, did you guys? I guess specifically, you three that have been to Iraq. When you were there, did you see like tactics changing? Did it go from small arms being predominantly like small arms actual firefights earlier on to more IED driven, or was it flip flopped, or how did the combat situations change during your deployment?
I just remember the way they started doing IEDs in the 2 years or a year and a half we were there. First, the IEDs, like we hit, they weren't that, they would take a vehicle out, but then they just got bigger and more like deadlier,
Mm-hmm. Or because they weren't doing like a whole lot of like HME, like homemade explosive type shit. It was like they were late, like they had access to like 155s and shit. Because Iraq, the way it started, it was a legitimate Iraqi army and shit.
Yeah.
We were fucking up and whatnot. And then so they had like the insurgents at the time that you guys were mostly fighting. They had access at least to some form or another of like legitimate explosives and.
Well, there was a level where they had legitimate explosives. They knew exactly what that explosive was going to do, and then they began to experiment with homemade explosives. So then they got to compound the weight of it, so they get the desired effect. But then on top of that, now we're getting 114s that are coming in, rhinos and all that shit, up-armored stuff.
Shit,
yeah. So they're actually having to. It's an experiment for us to defeat the IDs, but then it's an experiment for them to create an ID that will defeat us.
Yeah, well, it's a perfect example of the escalation of force. Like police officers carry nightsticks, and then criminals start carrying guns. So police start wearing body armor, and like it's weird.
They're watching and learning.
Way. It's a weird, beautiful social experiment.
You get devastating explosions that totally evaporate a 1114.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's a
you're
1114?
Like, well, it's an up-armored Humvee. It was like the first generation type shit that actually had armored doors and stuff like that. and you're like, that was a bit excessive. And when they light that shit off, they are nowhere to be seen because they use like Cineo base stations that can. Their cell phones over there. Actually, sorry, let me back that up. It's not cell phone; it's a cordless phone because they don't use the FCC over there. So their cordless phone, they could be 5 miles away, and if they can see the house that the base station is in,
line of sight,
they can still talk to it.
Yep.
So you don't know where these assholes are. They all have to do is count the seconds from you to get to one point to another point, and that point is fixed to where the IED is set. They'll place the phone call to the Cineo base station. Boom.
Wing, 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 wing. Hello.
Yeah.
So literally, I mean, so
yeah.
It is a
infrared garage door openers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like you name it. Whatever you could.
Hacksaw blades.
Yeah. Whatever you could create or disrupt a signal to either send it or shorten it. Yep.
Well, they would take 107 rockets and they would set them up on a battery, and I think a 107 rocket shoots at like 10.5 volts. They'd take a 12-volt battery and set it out there, and when it counted down or discharged at 10.5, it would light that off. We got that in Afghanistan on metal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those 107s, they had no idea where they came from.
Me and Johnny were in the gym that day.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, guy.
And those things could have been sitting there for months, sitting against the mountain for months.
Yep. Because I guess Iraq is wild just because I've never been there, so it's like thinking about how it changed, I guess, combat-wise while you guys were there. Did you? So were they mostly command det, or were you running like pressure plates and shit a lot when you were there?
It was a bit of mix.
Mine was at least 50-50 on that.
Oh, really?
It would just depend a lot, I think, on number one, the area where you're working and what cell is working and what they're good at.
Oh, okay. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it just depends on what that. Some people learn how to do it one way. This other cell's going to learn how to do it the other way.
Sure.
Right?
Mm-hmm. But
it's always learning and always improving. And so it's just like, all right, where do we put that cell, or where can they, do the most?
Well, later on in the deployment, it became more command detonated controlled stuff because they wanted max effective and control at the same time.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you get distance, they discovered the distance they could get with cordless phones or triggering devices. So they became more command detonated on my end of it.
Okay.
I mean, we had command detonated stuff that we'd drive by it every day, and we're like, well, that sign's still there. Mm-hmm. That sign's still there. And then one day we decided to get out and look for it, and then we had to call a Navy EOD, and they blew that fucker up, and it was 70-plus pounds.
Jeez.
Yeah.
They just forget about it?
No, they didn't forget about it. They were just they put this shit in, and they make a road map. Oh, we got it's like a treasure hunt. We got 15 IEDs out there. We'll just go wait this day and go wait the next day at this place.
Just kind of wait and see what's worth blowing up and what's not.
It's like hunting. They just have to wait on a certain game trail to get the desired effect.
You also got to figure there's so much trash out there. It was really easy for them to hide the IEDs. Yeah. I mean, we'd pick some up as like mushroom hunting. You find some, how many you walk by? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So
no shit.
With Iraq and all the trash, like the smell, like one thing that I remember about Afghanistan, especially Materlon, was the smell. Like, did it smell similarly?
No, it smelled like shit.
But there's that sweet garbage smell.
No, Iraq smelled worse than Afghanistan.
Did it?
That's only because the mountains, I think, defeated everything.
There's way more vegetation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When you get down around the rivers.
Yeah, when you get into along the rivers, in Baghdad, it's different. There's more.
Right.
But I mean, you get anywhere else.
Around Fallujah, when we got around TCP, I think it was Pump Station Flanders and Flea or something like that. That area got humid.
Yeah.
But everywhere in Afghanistan, when we got down by the trees, holy shit.
Thick as fuck in that bitch.
Yeah, and it got humid. Yeah. Holy shit. And but you get down in the water, by the water, it was cold.
Yeah,
I never understood how it could be you're 20 feet away from the river or the canal, and it's 100 degrees, and then you get down there by the river.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're definitely getting that in Afghanistan specifically. You're getting that mountain, cool mountain river water
elevation.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
elevation.
But even in fucking Iowa, you go down to a river. And you get within, you get on the river bank, and it's a solid fucking 5-10 degrees cooler in the middle of summer. It's just that the water flowing definitely helps cool things down. But Afghanistan specifically, because they're getting that mountain water down that bitch.
And it sucked traversing out of there because there's a point where you're just humid and it just feels like fucking Satan's asshole.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
So, because I got Iraq, you said you guys were working some rivers and stuff, but was it, I mean, it's mostly just fucking desert out in that bitch, right?
Yeah. Pretty much all
Is it kind of like Kuwait?
Yes and no.
Because I spent nine months in Kuwait, and that bitch is
where? Remember that? Where'd we go? It was south or something. It was with like a Bravo company where we. What was that crazy motherfucker? The mortar platoon daddy.
Sage?
Yeah. Where the fuck were they at?
Martyrs.
Yeah.
Were they in?
Hell yeah.
Where Delta was?
Wait, no, they're in Zeohawk, dude.
Yeah. So like, think Zeohawk.
Oh, okay. That's kind of what fucking Iraq was like.
Yep. Like out west, like I actually got in trouble because I lost battalion commander. Not my fault, but
wasn't he on point that day?
So we were doing our I don't know what they fucking called it, rat pack shit. So main convoy body go out right.
Quick react.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it?
Most of the time I'd go out to the left or right, and just flank, screen, and just if there's somebody out there, we'll hopefully run into them, right? Mm-hmm. So BC wanted to go out with us one day, and I was like,
"So let me explain.
Good call, sir.
Let me explain what you were doing." So in front
of
the
I think we jumped around a little bit.
I was still doing my introduction. But
I know, right?
No,
it took too goddamn long.
I was explaining what Roe was saying he was doing. So you have your main convoy. These guys would go out in front of the main convoy, and they would like flank like to the left or right. They'd be way ahead of them, looking for like trigger men, ambush sites, and everything. I forget what our battalion called it. Probably had some cool name, but whatever. That's basically what they were doing and everything. And that was the funnest job of doing the whole convoy because you could do whatever.
Yeah.
You weren't just in a line like, this is fucking
can't wait to get
So you could be like
looking at the asshole of the guy in front of you.
You could be a little more Baja style.
Well, yeah, I mean, because, so company commander, I was with Charlie Company, and my company commander was Commander Kane, Captain Kane, Robbie Kane. He's a good dude.
Candy Cane. Let's put another.
He was a really good leader. I remember a couple times we'd get calls from some Marine on a sat phone that he had. Some Marine fucking owned base. Something.
I'm lost.
Well, no, it was a higher directive. It was, hey, you're around this area. So there's a high, HVT. So how many guys do you got?
High value target.
Yeah. Can you make this tasking because you are the closest person there? Because they're watching our shit on fucking we got
Predator.
What's the thing called? The Blue
Force
Tracker. Remember that bitch?
Yeah.
Oh, that was awful. That was like Iraqi text message right there. Blue Force Tracker.
You got 17 seconds of delay.
Yeah. So they'd see where
the enemy is there. No shit.
It's like, hey man, how many dudes you got? Are you able to have this? We're getting pings, and that shit happened all the time. Mm-hmm. So we'd fucking circle up some kind of fucking village, and there's like, we got like 18 guys or something, like not enough to be fucking doing a raid, like, oh man. So it just gets kind of squirrely. You're like, well, I guess we can do this. So it was a fun position to be put in because it gave you some latitude. It gave you some different looks at Iraq instead of just fucking behind a fuel truck. Mm-hmm. Just sitting there. So it was a really neat experience to be able to do a lot of different things.
And war is not like the movies.
No.
This is your mission, and follow on, and another one, and follow on.
Yeah.
So it point being back to Zealhawk, right? That's a lot of what like Al-Assad out west looked like.
Okay.
Just kind of this just
arid sand,
wadis, ravines, just shit like that. But yes, I did lose the battalion commander.
He didn't lose him. He lost him.
Yeah,
he lost him.
Well,
like,
he
misplaced
lost
him.
Well, so remember back we were running with those warlocks and all those electronic jamming
like a wizard.
Devices. Yes.
Oh, okay.
No,
literally in the back.
Fuck yeah.
It's supposed to defeat Cineo Base Station or anything HF.
I've got a fun story about
and not get into your crypto and all that shit.
So it was
supposed to.
No.
It was a Humvee set up with all this electronic stuff that basically blocked signals.
Thanks, Franny.
In layman's terms.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Because these guys were fucking talking HF, radio flyer frequency, RI. I don't know.
So headquarters name for their Humvee was Jammer 69.
Fuck yeah.
Jammer 69.
Hell yeah. It was. That's what I'm talking about.
What the hell are you jamming?
Your mom.
Yes. Jeez. All right.
Got it.
So I had mine off, right? Because a lot of times it fucks when you're really close. It fucks with your radio freaks, right?
Oh, sure.
You're not picking anything up.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what it's supposed to do.
We're sending it ravine. Shit's just bouncing all over my gunners.
Can you make that sound one more time?
Which one?
Please.
There you go. Yep.
And Gunner's like, please begging me, please Jesus, stop. Make this stop. But anyways, so we've got our go bag, like 3-day packs and stuff in the back, and sure as shit, one of those bags flips the jammer on, and all of a sudden we go silent.
Whoops.
We don't get radio. We got nothing. So I'm like, well, I don't know where anybody's at. So we're just going to fucking keep going. Like GPS, the old daggers, nothing worked. So I'm like,
and you had no idea that
I
got
had
turned on.
Nothing. So. And I'm like, where? I can't see the road. Like, where are we?
What the fuck?
I'm trying to get a fucking, I'm literally stopping him. Like, I always carry compass. I don't care where I'm at.
I'm in a rolling Faraday cage.
Yes, exactly. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, I'm trying to restart shit, plug shit in.
Shut it off.
What's that?
What's a dagger?
A dagger is something
that's old
like
school.
That's the handheld.
That's the big old brick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Remember when?
I love it.
Somebody lost that. I think it was at Shelby.
Basically, it's a GPS.
Oh,
It's a GPS. It's
they shut everything down.
a giant. How big would you consider that?
It was big enough.
Like a
The
Motorola
first generation
brick
had
phone.
like a big dick hanging off.
It does. You could flip it up.
Yep.
And had like a hand.
And the first
thing.
generation actually went
bit.
like 15 years. It lasted a long time because I had that when I was in the Corps from 93 to 97. And you guys still had that when I joined the Guard.
Yeah.
I think they actually make them in Cedar Rapids.
And then they went the Dagger. They went like the Dagger 2 or Dagger 3, which is a much smaller handheld one. And that one is a lot faster.
The plugger.
Yes. And it's a lot faster.
Yeah.
Dagger to
it is.
plugger.
Plugger.
Dang,
But anyway, yeah.
No,
So
the plugger was first, wasn't it? Then it was
No.
the dagger.
No, it was Dagger, then the plugger.
No.
was it?
It was the plugger first. Then it was the dagger.
Well, fuck me then.
I'm almost positive. Don't
You
quote
might
me.
be.
I don't know. We had,
Anyway, one of them
daggers
bitches.
when we were in Afghanistan. So
So it was the plugger
yeah,
first.
that was the plugger first.
That bitch.
Okay, so you're Bahan around. You don't. Yep. You don't know why the fuck you can't reach anyone.
No.
And you lost your time. Are we still in that story?
Yep.
Okay, so
Great story.
I know.
See you
Thanks.
Beginning, middle, and an end.
yeah, we got a little sidetracked.
Let's wrap that one.
It wasn't my fault.
They want to know about
That's the end.
That's
All right,
it. It wasn't my fault.
Super.
So,
So an O got you in trouble. I'm stunned.
Technology fucked me.
So okay, but you lost him because of the because the
look,
warlock fucking jumped on.
Yeah, jumped on. Like I can't get on radio. I can't find him. Like nobody can find me. I can't talk to anybody.
Hell yeah.
So we finally. I just continue like logic, like figure out where you're at. Like I know west is that way, no north. Like you just keep going. But even in some of that desert, like you'd go down in the wadi and like you wouldn't see anybody.
Yeah.
You're like, where am I? I hope I'm going straight. And then, long story short, found everybody linked up and like going through stuff. Like we were trying to diagnose like what happened out there. And come to find out, like as soon as that warlock goes on, like your comms and shit are. So it was just one of those things that where it was good that it happened because we found a hole in a system to where we're trying to defeat a system, which they're putting like it was just this big weird circle.
Right.
And where this guy's chewing me out, I'm like, look, bro, it's not my fault. And they're like, dude, that's the PC. It is your fault. And I was like, well, yeah, I guess. Fair enough.
And the warlock doesn't exist
because I was
anymore.
pissed. I was like, well, I didn't do anything. Like, I'm not trying to lose you, sir.
Yeah, it's weird how
trying to defend my fucking honor here. And,
yeah,
but it was my fault.
Were you in E6 yet, or are you just still in E5? I know you picked up over there.
So, no, I was still at E5 because so the reason I got brought back to Al Assad was because my original squad leader, Staff Sergeant Isley, was killed, and he was running a squad. We had a couple guys. So Staff Sergeant Isley and then Specialist Sorvong were ended up being killed in combat. So it was interesting, kind of when you asked about how TTPs and tactics and things changed throughout that theater. When we initially got there wasn't a lot of like gunfighting out in the West on the roads. A lot of it was IEDs, not followed up by a lot of complex attacks or small arms fire. You put me to the south and running into Baghdad, that whole thing changes. Now it's fucking RPGs. Now it's fucking machine guns. Now it's IEDs. It's everything. And then come back out west again after leaving, and you're finding a lot of gunfighting now. Like, so Nisley and those guys got sucked into chasing these guys because they're throwing hand grenades at them.
Oh shit!
And foreign fighters, they weren't Iraqis. These are dudes who were trained Syrian dudes.
Yeah, there's a lot of foreign fighters in Iraq.
They were good.
Iraqis.
They sucked them in, and since they hadn't seen that TTP before, they reacted the way that they would normally react to contact, which is close with and destroy. Right? So he exited the vehicle because at this time the mandate is like, dude, you wear everything. Plates, side plates, neck fucking shit.
Neck gaiters, shoulder
goddamn
guard.
shoulders, everything.
Oh, all the fucking shit.
Yep.
Yep.
Marshmallow.
Takes 2 steps out.
Cop
zapped.
protector.
Jesus.
There it is. Right? So, they just hadn't seen that before. And now all of a sudden being seen that, now things got to change.
Yeah.
Right? So they're like, all right, we need to bring these guys back. And now that threat is out there, that's when they're going to start to introduce those flanking maneuvers. Like, well, if dudes are going to be out there doing that, well, then we need to respond. So, yes, throughout that time, that 2-year period, it changed a lot and very quickly.
Yeah. Did you see like a correlation between being like Baghdad being a more populous area rather than the rural areas too? Or
yeah.
Was it very?
No, you just had a little bit more free reign because nobody really I didn't roll during the day when I was in Baghdad. I did everything at night.
Okay.
Versus when I was out in the West, I did everything during the day.
Okay.
So it was just kind of the spoken rule. Like, if you're out at night, dude, you're up to no good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know goddamn well you ain't supposed to be out here. So if I see you, I already take that as a threat. Like, that's level 1 for me. It's like, I fucking see you.
Yeah,
So.
you shouldn't. Normal people are not out running around fucking taking it in the midnight air, So, okay. So then you guys came back from Iraq because, Mitch, did you join when they were still gone? Like, did you get to the?
No, because
No,
because I got
Jung
it in
was
2006. Yeah.
Oh, Jung was before you.
Yeah, so like they were all back. So we had Schmitty, and then Tubbs was there.
Okay.
Oh my God!
A wild motherfucker,
Christensen.
man. Jesus.
Yeah, so like they had already been back for
I think
a
he's
while.
part Indian.
I think he's dead now, isn't he?
Is he alive? I heard.
I don't
Is he
know.
alive?
Yeah,
I
got
think
him
he
on
fucked a
Snapchat.
camel to death.
He's a good fella. I like that.
Hell yeah.
He's a wild motherfucker.
but yeah, so like they had already been back.
Okay.
So like I got in like now with Andrew Brown. Him and I were in together, and now he's like Charlie Company Commander.
He's
on
an
his
O
way up.
now.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't want to go to Afghanistan.
Nope. He wanted to stay and be a cadet.
Yeah.
You wanted to go to college like a fucking loser.
Loss of respect.
You'll probably never listen to this, Andrew, but
I don't give a shit if he does.
All right.
Just kidding.
So, Jung, you when did you join again?
2006.
2006.
Nice.
So I had.
So you guys came
Nice.
back in 2006?
No, we came back in 2007.
Okay, so they were gone when.
Oh, maybe I can't remember. It was so long
When you
ago.
joined, or before you actually started drilling?
When I
Oh, I
started,
guess
when I
you
started drilling,
you did split up. So
yeah, because I was
okay.
in RSP for Hell, and Then I got back, and then they were all just like coming back and like kind of trickling in. But then my first squad leader was someone different, and then like my third drill is when Joe took over and made me dry shave it in Des Moines.
Fuck yeah.
What's that place? Camp Dodge.
Welcome to the military.
And it was his butthole that he had to dry shave.
And he wanted
Because
to
I don't
watch
like
and
looking at a
record
hairy
it
butthole.
on a
That's not my
Motorola
fault.
Razor for some reason, because that was the time, and it was just really uncomfortable. I think I have an SA complaint. Too late.
Go fuck yourself.
All right.
Got a complaint.
Because when Cunners and I joined, we joined when Mitch was still doing your RSP shit.
Yep.
I remember because we weren't quite gone to basic training yet, and that's when we first met you.
Yep.
And you were like, "Yeah, I've already been to basic. What's up, bitch?"
Well,
Of course he did.
Because you were right. Because you did
No,
split up
so-
too, right?
No,
Or no,
I-
you went straight through.
straight through.
Okay, sorry.
I had to do RSP for like a year.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was fucking dumb.
And RSP is just
So
like the
dumb.
reserve shit. Like before you
Recruit
before
Sustainment Program.
Yeah, that was dumb. Me and your brother were in RSP, and
I remember
we were
some
pretty
acronyms.
good friends.
Yeah.
Slow down. There's a lot of acronyms that you're going to hear here, and
We'll do our best to stop and translate.
Yeah.
love it.
So you're in RSP still before you went to. So why were you in RSP for so fucking long?
Well, I had
Because he's retarded.
well,
Okay. Let the man speak.
you know, might have had a little bit of a history with the law, so there was that.
Okay. Let's touch on that, Skosh.
Yeah, I mean, all you need to do is just like look him up on Iowa Courts Online.
Yeah, or whatever. So yeah, I got a few minor possessions, like 3 and 6 weeks, but whatever.
Fuck yeah.
But the prostituting for beer
Yes.
money was definitely a weird one that I seen.
There's something with a cow.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, so I had to get that taken care of, and then you know, had to do my community service, you know, because I was a minor. And then yeah, finally I ended up going.
So you had already signed the papers.
Yep.
And then you made some mistakes. So
Yep.
they're like, "Hey, we can't send you to training when you're
A criminal.
a criminal."
Yeah, basically. How that boils down to it. Yeah. I ended up going to basic training. Would have been 2009.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beginning of 2009, January. Ended up finishing sometime in March. These guys are spinning up to do a AIT, and I found out. I just showed up. And they're like, yeah, Sergeant Rosine's your squad leader. I'm like, okay. So I'll just walk around until I find this guy, I guess. And he's over there shaking his dudes down, making them dump their rocks. I go over there. I'm like, hey, you know, you're a stupid fucking private here. And I'm standing there. He's like, hey, Smith, you fucking bored? Well, yeah. He's like, well, fucking do push-ups. So I'm just doing push-ups. And he's like, all right, recover, private.
It sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, that probably it.
So okay, so you got done doing push-ups and shit. So you were because you got to the scouts
Right as they were spinning up for an AIT.
right as they're spinning for an AIT.
Where so was that when we had selection for a few of these guys out at the
No, I think that was the next year.
AIT is where the selection occurred. didn't
I know
it?
that's
It was
what
that
I'm
year.
So
was
when we
that
got
year.
Smith.
It was that year.
He slimed in there.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I can't
Okay.
remember. It was a long time ago.
So
It was a little bit.
so you actually went through the scout selection?
No, they just put me in it.
You guys
yeah,
never
like
The only-
like
the
like
only
if you're
actual-
already in,
There was
like,
a
you were
handful.
great.
Okay, all right.
The only actual selection we have was for snipers.
Yeah, which I conducted that.
Well, no, we did a selection for the scouts too.
Yeah.
That was the AIT that Cunners and I went to.
Yes.
What fucking pussies joined then?
Yes.
Connors.
Me and Cunners and Mitch.
And then
we-
Aaron,
okay. All right,
Aaron
all right.
McNew.
So yeah, Aaron McNew.
Yep, he was
But,
there.
Yeah, he should have been here too. But yeah, so okay, so you got thrown in the scout platoon because Cunners and I have a very similar story as well. But so you were in the scouts for a while, and you didn't do. And did you do that AIT when they were?
Yep.
You actually went to that one.
So-
okay,
I was there a month before you guys, and you know, I got issued my gear and shit, whatever. And then you guys came the following month, I believe.
I'm sorry, I kept saying AIT. It's AT, right? Anal training.
Yeah, well, I probably said the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You know, because
Whatever.
I'm an idiot.
So you actually went to that anal training there, the
Yep.
AT.
I did that annual training, and then, yeah.
So they did not hold a scout selection at that time.
Negative.
Okay, because when Cunners and I joined is similar. Cunners, you want to get on here real quick? Because when we joined, it was because we both did this, because that's the whole reason why I joined, is because you joined and we went to basic together. We did like that buddy program, whatever the fuck. So we went through basic together, came back, did our senior year of high school, and then went back for AIT, which is your advanced individual training. And then we went and got put in the Scout Platoon. But how long were we there for before we got like orders and shit? Because the first AT we did was basically like the lead up to mobilization.
Yep.
Yeah, so we were there. We were in RSP for more than a year.
Well, yeah, because we had to go to RSP during our senior year of high school.
Yep.
So,
and yeah, we never had. I mean, no disrespect to you guys, but like we were always, when we first got into the Scout Platoon, we were doing big army shit. So it was like we're sitting in front of PowerPoint, and like you guys, you know, or the next level up, and we're all bored. We're all doing shit that none of us want to do, and it's like,
you're talking about in RSP?
Well, no, just when we got into the Scout Platoon.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was just, it was big army stuff. It was just paperwork stuff. So it was like, God, like, Rose an asshole. Joe yells a lot. Franny's the quiet asshole. Like, what? How do we navigate this as like privates? You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, not a fucking one of us wanted to be there. And then that's when we were all butting heads, and it was just like, I want to go out in the field. And then when we got out in the field, it was just like, everything comes together.
Yeah, no, and it was pretty weird when we first got there, because when we got there, the Scout Platoon was pretty much already assembled.
Right.
We were one of the last people to get tossed in to add numbers, and I remember like talking and hearing rumblings that when we go to AT, we're going to be holding a selection to make sure, for one, that guys like me and you and Mitch and Chris and Nugget and we can all actually hang. You know, we already kind of had an idea because we've been fucking working together for a little while, but when we went to that AT and shit, I remember we held like actual fucking, because there was one other kid that came in from like Bravo,
there was
or
an
Charlie or something.
Axeman like won a selection, and
that was sniper selection.
That was that was sniper. Okay,
I know. Ro will explain on this one.
There's a couple of names that stand out, like
the big ear one,
Cole Bliska and Morgan.
Oh yeah,
Couldn't hang it.
Kobe.
Yeah, you know,
weren't right for the job.
I honestly, I could never. I'm never going to talk bad about those guys because they came out and they put out what they could, and it's no fault of their. It's just they didn't fit at the time. So it's no nothing against those guys. They just didn't fit what we needed at the time.
Yeah,
no big deal. So, you'd have a couple of those guys that they just. They needed to fit us, and they just didn't.
And they were better fitted somewhere.
Yeah, and they
did go to supporting
Absolutely.
MOSs, and they were fucking awesome at that.
Yep.
They were awesome.
Fuck yeah, Morgan right now, that dude's like a fucking E7.
He's like I was going to say, he's like a sergeant first class.
So, I can't, I'll never, at the time, my words and stuff might have been a little bit different, but, looking back now, no, we just needed to fill the right guys.
But the thing is you hold men to a standard that is your standard.
Yes.
And if they can't hack that standard, they're not going to be the minimum of what you expect. So they have to go.
Yeah,
and a lot of people
I know
think
what
you're being exclusionary.
Yeah. No, I know what we
not.
need to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And somehow I made it.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I overlooked a couple of things.
But no, I guess because I remember.
Yeah, we made it hard.
Yeah,
it should be.
And yeah, it was because how long?
It fucking should be.
How long do we? I mean, that whole AT was basically like
2.5 weeks.
Is basically the fucking selection. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't fucking easy, but like Franny, like because Ro came in the Scout Platoon, you were already there. You were like the only one that stuck around from Iraq.
So you want me to finish my intro?
Yeah, I do.
Just hurry the hell up.
We got a little bit cut up there, but it was good. Me and Ro told our experience about Iraq. But so after Iraq, basically came back, got in drilling status again. Wendling and Christian, they went out to be movie stars. Forget what movie.
What?
Green Zone with Matt Damon.
Green Zone.
I still look for them every. Yeah, they're so like when Matt Damon lands and like you can see Tubbs
the worst
in the black Blackhawks.
The worst.
As it lands.
All right.
Spec Ops.
So
guy.
Wendling was Matt Damon's gunner in that movie.
Oh, no shit.
He's still he's still in the 133rd, I think. I think he's, I don't know, stuff must have changed with the whole snipers. I think he might be going to school, be like an officer or something for the snipers. What I heard, don't quote me, I don't know. But so they were gone. They took a leave of absence from drilling. Basically, there's no one else in the platoon except for me and Slavo. Tubbs came back, Christian, once he got done doing the movie. Then it was just kind of like doing AT stuff, drill weekends. We were part of the Scouts, and that's when I first met Boer. He was a squad leader for the Scouts. And the first time I met this guy, like,
Boer?
It was like, yeah, Boer. He was like totally like, we were out in the field. He's the guy that, he has a big cooler Mountain Dew and everything. And
yeah.
And that was the first time, like, I've ever seen. I was like, seriously? Like, that's kind of cool, But I was like, what the fuck, I was like, that's not, like, what we've done for the last how many years? So then Slavo I went to sniper school, and I made it through. No problems. I actually got top shot of the class.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So I made, like, all my stationary targets, hit every single one of them. Moving targets, hit every one. But the last one nicked the side. They couldn't get the pasty in it.
Oh.
Or else it would have been a complete, then unknown distance. I, accomplished that. No problems. So I regained my, I was like, okay, I made it through this fucking school.
Like, I am a fucking soldier now.
I'm like,
God
all right,
dang.
fucking super stoked,
Yep.
and everything. Then my section leader gets out. I'm an E4. I'm the only one in the battalion that is Bravo 4 sniper qualified, Then I'm like, who's going to they had like an E6 that was going to replace him.
What rank are you right now?
I retired as an E6.
Okay, but right now in the story,
E4.
You're an E4.
E4.
After sniper school,
Yep.
you passed, you're an E4.
E4.
Okay.
So my section leader gets out. Christian was still in the section, but like, we have like no, like, who's going to be our leader? It's just like, well, fuck,
Kind of in limbo.
And I'm like, then, so Boer got asked to go to sniper school and everything. And,
because he was a staff sergeant, right?
Yeah, he was a staff sergeant, had the rank and everything. There's obviously, I knew there's one, I didn't want the section leader job that time. It's being an E4. I was just like, but I need somebody. I was like, I'm like, I'll be a team leader. I'm like, I'll be like, help him out, and everything. Yeah. So then Boer, they're like, okay, we're going to send Boer to sniper school and everything. So I was like, all right, Boer, well, we got some work to do, and everything. I was like, I'm not pissed off that you're going to be my leader, but at the same time, in the back of my head, I was like, the first time I met you, you're like this guy, just chilling out, with Mountain Dews. I was like, are you going to take this serious,
Yeah.
But that weekend up at McCoy, where I was like, okay, I'm like, you are going to be a good fit, then, which he was like the best fit for the job.
Well, I can see that too, because you just got back from a combat deployment for fucking ever, and you came back as an E4, and you're the only Bravo 4 in the section. You're just like, fuck, man, like, hopefully you don't get stuck with some fucking loser kind of deal. So I get what your apprehension towards anyone would have been, because you're like, man, this motherfucker better fit the bill.
Like I said,
he just came in out of nowhere because he came in while you guys were gone, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
While we were gone.
All right.
Then I just wanted to make sure our section was going to be successful, and just so we didn't be like, okay, you guys are kind of like a joke section. But Boer, he did a great job. He got us to the place where we needed to be, and to this day, he's still one of my best friends. He was best man in my wedding. Mm-hmm. Like I said, that's how much respect I have for that guy.
Yeah, he's the shit.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
But, so I got him trained up, go to sniper school. He passed that, no problem and everything. And actually why he was at sniper school is when I held sniper selection.
Oh, okay.
He actually, okay, he's like, I'm going to be at sniper school during this AT. He goes, you're running selection. And I was just like, at that time I was in E5. I got promoted to E5, and I was just like, well, I was like, these are the roles I got to do. So I was like, I'll try my best. Might fuck it up, but
that was when Jody Dennis.
Yes, ticks on buttholes.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what it was raining. I remember that specifically.
Yep.
It was fucking raining. These boys had, what was it, 2 mile? I think it was a 2 mile
Yep.
gravel travel run in boots and utes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yes, the sniper and the scout section were separate for the tryouts.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's
Yeah, because I knew that because this was something. Yeah.
Because by the time I got there, the sniper section was already established.
So,
Okay.
by the time I got there.
did I just get there then, Franny?
You
Relatively
just got
cool?
there. You just got there a few drills before that AT happened because I remember because I knew who you were and everything.
Yeah.
Your cousin was in the sniper section with me in Iraq and everything, so I knew who you and Salas were. And because I remember the first drill you showed up, you were just kind of
Yeah.
you were just kind of just like hanging around. And I'm like, hey, how's it going, Ro? Then I was like, oh shit, you're going to be in the platoon.
Mm-hmm.
But no, so we did sniper selection. We got pretty much a good group of guys and everything, divvying them up teams.
Did you fill all the slots from that selection?
Yes, we did fill. We filled all the slots, which then me and Boer kind of talked a little bit, like who we want on each team and everything. And that was kind of cool because you got to get like personalities that work together.
Yeah, sure.
Then, so basically from then it was just like training. Went to Afghanistan. We had
real quick going back to the sniper selection type deal. Is that's when you got like Williams and Keel and Henshaw? And
we got
all of them, right?
Yep, we got Williams, Keel, Henshaw, Klein,
Sauerberg.
Yep, Sauerberg
came in later.
Sauerberg came in later. We had
was
because he had
Fisher.
experience.
He was a transfer from Illinois, right?
Sauerberg was the transfer. How we got him because he was when he was active duty. He like worked with the sniper section, or he was kind of like part of the sniper section, so he had knowledge. So we took him out.
Didn't he go to Sodic or some shit?
I don't know about that.
I thought he said he went to like Sodic or something.
What's that?
Sour nuts?
Yeah.
You went to Sodic?
I don't know what that means.
I thought it's the Special Operations Target Interdiction course.
Yeah,
How the hell did he get a slot for that?
Fuck, I don't know.
We don't know if he did.
Or he helped
All I
there
know
or
is
something
he was
like
out
that.
in Washington.
He did something with Sodic.
He had something with
I thought.
that pertained to like sniper stuff.
Yeah,
so it was like
unless
we'll
he
take it.
fucking
Like we'll take him. Like
Yeah, for
we'll
sure.
take him.
Like he watched the movie?
Yeah.
No, he was
Tom
no,
Berenger?
he was a good
That's
shooter.
a good movie.
He was a good shooter.
Because he came from active
Sour
duty,
nuts
correct?
was a good
Yes,
shooter?
he was a good shooter.
Oh yeah,
He was a doctor.
he is now. Not was is.
He's a surgeon
pre-med.
shooting motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Fuck, but he was active duty, right?
Yeah,
He came from active duty. Yeah.
Yep. And we had all good guys when we're out. So we went to Shelby and everything, and that's a different story. We'll touch on later.
We'll get into that one the next one after fucking Pete.
But we ended up having to. So we have a sniper section. You have your sniper section leader. Then you have 3 sniper teams that consist of 3 guys.
Mm-hmm.
You have your shooter, your spotter. Then basically you have your radio guy or security.
Yeah.
And we ended up having to break the 3 teams down to 2 teams because one guy couldn't make the deployment. Basically, he had some stuff going on where he couldn't go on the deployment.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to touch on that at all.
Sure,
but,
that's his thing.
Yep. And so my team was me, Keel, Williams, and Henshaw, which they were great guys.
Oh yeah,
they're fucking hard chargers. So deployed to Afghanistan. I ended up going up to Najil with Roe. He took his squad up there. I took my team up there. And how long did we stay there for? Like the first, probably third of the deployment.
Real quick before we get in Afghanistan and stuff, do we want to take a break?
Yeah.
So we can all fucking pee and shit.
I'll just
I've been doing
finish.
it.
I won't get into Afghanistan or anything.
You just touch on it and then.
No, so went to Afghanistan. We'll get into that later and everything. But got back from the deployment. had a fun yellow ribbon ceremony home. Got to watch Roe punch out the newcomer BC.
Well,
we can get on that later.
We'll get on that later, too.
But then I ended up getting medical boarded, and I stayed. I stayed in a medical board for it was 3.5 years. Mm-hmm. The final decision was to be like, Isaac, you're getting medical retired. So I then
for what?
Was that your ankle?
No, it was a bunch of. So those questionnaires that you fill out, don't even fill them out remotely close to being true.
Yeah.
So
that's half the problem with the military, and
I would have honestly figured, because I was on that Silver Snake where you fucked your ankle up.
No, it wasn't.
I would have truly thought that would have been it.
Yeah,
that was part of it, but the main thing, which we can touch on that later. But just don't.
God bless America.
Just don't fill the stuff out. Truly, that's what I'm just saying. No, I'm not telling.
Well,
I'm not going to say that on a podcast. But I mean,
you just did.
But I don't really mean it. In case if anyone is having problems or anything out there, you know what I mean.
What
he means is he means don't be conservative with your answers. Is what he means.
I scored really high on my alcohol questionnaire. I don't know if that's good or bad.
No,
I think I got 11 out of 13 or something.
Yeah, that's bad.
Wait, what is that questionnaire?
About your alcohol consumption and stuff.
Yeah, I scored high on that. High that's one high is not good at.
Oh, okay.
So, no, 2015 is when I got medical retired and everything, which I didn't want to because I wanted to stay in, but it is what it is. Now I have 2 kids now.
Sorry to hear that.
No, it's fun. Lincoln's gonna be 4. He wanted me to say his name because I told him we'd listen to the podcast together.
How you doing, Lincoln?
Oh shit!
And Grace, Lincoln will be 4 in November. Grace
take a shit on the couch and we'll call it a Lincoln lug.
Yeah,
oh, no.
Hell yeah!
Now, and Grace will be. She just turned 2 last April. Then I got a 3rd one coming in February.
Oh, congrats, dude!
Are you kidding me,
man?
Yeah.
Congrats.
God, you're a breeder.
Moving up.
In the words of Mitch Smith,
any of them joining the Marines?
Splash down and or gash down.
Yeah,
what's up, baby?
That's awesome.
Chris, I don't believe you can say that because I'm totally impressed that you could even reproduce.
I guess my daily job, I'm a heavy equipment mechanic, work at Patterson Sand Mine down by Clayton, Iowa, right on the river. And that's pretty much my story till now.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. So this episode was really supposed to be just us getting backgrounds. We got a little sidetracked during Franny's introduction, sorry. But I think that was a good conversation because that goes I really want to touch on that. Not, maybe not necessarily right there, I guess. But that's one thing that's cool about podcasting is that we're just talking. Yeah. We're trying not to talk over each other as much because then it's hard to listen to.
How's that happen?
Yeah, a few times, but no, I just wanted to get everyone kind of accustomed to hearing the voices and a backstory on everybody. And then on the next one, we'll probably break this up into a few parts and shit. And we'll get into our Afghan, because the real, I guess, deep dive that we wanted to get into was our Afghan deployment, because that's where we all really, I guess, got close and met and all that good shit, right? So, I guess we'll break it here and take a break and I gotta pee really bad.
Me too.
I'm about to piss in my fucking panties, and I don't think Curt would be too impressed if I peed all over his chair, so. So, all right. We'll catch you in the next one.